Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the new move to help the banking industry. The major banks coming to the rescue of First Republic Bank and what that all means for us. Plus, we have an exclusive interview with the CEO of the company behind ChatGPT on the promise of artificial intelligence and why it makes even him a little scared. Plus, why the lunchtime staple, the sandwich, might be unhealthy. That and so much more right here on GMA.
GMSA continues on this St. Patrick's Day. San Antonio starting to dry out after overnight storms. Big puddle of water there along 281 at Jones-Maltzberger, so be careful there. Mike is still tracking storms to our east and southeast. We'll be right back. Now at 6, we have been talking all morning about it. The overnight storms will make an impact on your morning commute. We're keeping a close eye on everything you need to know as you get ready to head out the door.
And we're not the only ones in this part of the state being hit by the severe weather. In Dallas, this car dealership, take a look at this video, was destroyed with the roof collapsing.
All right, so there's good news, though. The big storms have now moved towards Houston and down towards the coast. Mike will have more on that. The other part of the forecast, it is cold and it is windy.
Yes, it is. Good morning.
KSAT 12.
And that's what show.
Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
Yes, ma'am, it is. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you for starting your morning with us. We'll get right into weather. Mike, what can you tell us?
Well, like we were talking about, things have definitely settled down somewhat from what we had last night when that front moved on through here, and we don't have anything severe right now. As a matter of fact, as far as storms are concerned, we don't have a whole lot in the way of any lightning strikes. There are a few down to the southeast still and right down here on 37. And notice how things have definitely settled down. However, just in the past roughly half an hour, we've got this line of a few cells that have started to pop up from the Medina Lake down toward Hondo and all the way down in toward Crystal City, where you had some pretty hefty thunderstorms late last night and earlier this morning that did dump a lot of not only rain but also some high winds as well as some hail. These will continue to develop. May actually see a couple of lightning strikes out of these. We're not done with that as of yet, and they will continue to work their way to the east to northeast. So even though the latest batch of rain has moved out of town right now, we're still going to be on the lookout for these cells to work their way on in here. But overall, the rain is starting to ease up, and after those few showers move on through here, we're going to see more of a break in the action throughout the course of the day. 45 degrees right now in town, 46 in Conover, so we've continued to drop down a couple of more notches in the past hour or so. 37 degrees right now in Los Maples. Then we factor in the wind, and yeah, it's we're not done with winter as of yet. 38 is what it feels like here in town. 37 Seguin, 28 right now in Los Maples. Winds out of the north at 15 miles per hour at the airport, 21 Port SA, and then wind gusts still 35 at the airport and 37 in Honda. We had 51 mile per hour wind gusts earlier this morning. It'll be windier the first portion of the day, hence the wind advisory up until noon, and then things will be settling down somewhat. Oak is on the high side, little bits of everything else. Pine is moderate. Hopefully the rain washes some of this out of the atmosphere, and throughout the rest of today, we'll drop down a few more degrees in the next couple of hours. Still a couple of showers out there. Then we go through the rest of the day, and while there's a chance for a shower, not very likely at all, and we'll top off at 52, perhaps a peak of sunshine. But more rain overnight tonight could be mixed in with a little bit of frozen precipitation in the hill country and northwest Bexar County early tomorrow morning. More on that and a cold weekend forecast. Traffic Authority, Stephen, any big problems out there?
Not yet, Mike, but we are keeping a very close eye on things. We have reported some high water along certain areas of the highway, and it looks like things are clear now, just a bit there, but obviously the roads are going to get busier at this hour. It is 6 a.m., so we're going to start to see a little bit more activity out on the roadway. 410 at Marbach is not a bad shot at all, but you can see that obviously we're seeing a few more folks that are waking up and heading out there, so just remember to drive safe. Let's talk about what's being reported here along I-10 eastbound at Frio Street. Now, earlier, TxDOT did report a stalled vehicle, but they've updated the severity level to a high risk, so we have to find out exactly what's causing that to be a high area, a high severity report there. But again, just be careful if you were traveling along I-10 eastbound heading into the downtown area this morning. Watch out for any flashing lights, move over or slow down. A view of the metropolitan area shows thankfully it is still very quiet out there. It does appear a crash may have popped up somewhere off of Loop 410, as you can see it right there on our map with that icon near I-35. We'll find out what's going on the southeast side and how that's going to impact your drive time, but it does appear to be off of the main lanes. So really you need to be on the lookout for more traffic. But on the topic of off of the main lanes, we want to mention a few of these road closures. So we had a longer list, and it does look like that list has now dwindled down to just 2 road closures at Old O'Connor Road and Southwell Road. So some progress that's being reported there from Bexar County, but hopefully we'll have some better updates to report in the next few minutes or so. We have more folks out there on the road, so just remember to drive safe. We'll give you those updates throughout the morning, guys.
Thank you, Stephen. Developing now, a woman is dead after a house fire on the city's west side. Started just after 4 this morning at a home on Monterey Street. That's north of Cesar Chavez. We're told that despite high winds, they were able to put out the flames. Fire crews say they pulled the woman out of a bedroom of the home. They were seen doing CPR and taking her to an ambulance, but we are told she later died. Right now, it's unclear what sparked the flames. This morning, a suspect involved in a deadly shooting on San Antonio's northeast side last week is now in police custody. According to a police affidavit, 30-year-old Dominique Kroom is now charged with murder. Police said they responded to the shooting call just after 8 p.m. last Thursday at Gibbs Sprawl Road and Castle Cross Drive near Ritterman Road. According to the police report, 37-year-old Robert Diaz was found unresponsive in his vehicle with multiple gunshot wounds and was taken to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. An investigation revealed that Diaz was working as an Uber driver when he was shot and was transporting Kroom to another location. The report says people in the area heard several gunshots and then saw a person running away from the victim's vehicle. After interviewing witnesses, reviewing video evidence, officers were able to find and arrest Kroom. He's being held at the Bexar County Jail without bond.
New this morning, this video shows absolute shock at the San Antonio Zoo moments after the tree broke and fell onto guests. Take a look at that video on your screen. At least 7 people were hurt, including a child who was in serious condition at last check. Here's what one witness said about the scary moment that unfolded amid those spring break crowds.
One lady that I was helping with others was screaming, "My baby."
Arborists told KSAT that based on the size of the tree, that branch could have weighed between 1,500 and 2,000 pounds. Meanwhile, the zoo's president and CEO says staff are working to investigate what caused that tree to break.
Nearly a dozen people are behind bars this morning charged in connection with the recent street takeovers up in Austin. Austin police announcing the arrest of 11 people. The youngest suspect just 15 years old. Investigators say the group responsible includes people from San Antonio. Now a statewide effort is bringing in suspects.
It came from Houston, from Dallas, from San Antonio and other cities. I mean, there was that long list that I just listed off. And as a matter of fact, most of the arrests that we have already made were not here in the city of Austin. They were actually in other cities across the state.
The charges vary from reckless driving and obstruction of a highway and engaging in organized crime to unlawful use of fireworks, a first-degree felony. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office and San Antonio Police are also working with what's being called Operation Burnout. They're currently attempting to identify additional suspects and vehicles. For a complete list of the arrests made and those who remain to be detained, head on over to our website at ksat.com.
And right now we're going to a recall alert for certain Ford and Lincoln model vehicles. The recall affects more than 1 million vehicles because of issues with the brakes. Their front brake hoses could tear and leak brake fluid. The recall includes 2013 to 2018 Ford Fusions and 2013 to 2018 Lincoln MKZS.
We want to go to late breaking news. Katrina Weber at the scene of a rescue at I-10 and Colorado. Katrina?
Well, good morning, guys. An unusual rescue. It's a man who is down in a manhole. Let me give you a look at the scene right here. You can see firefighters all gathered around this manhole. It's sort of an elevated manhole here alongside I-10. Now, they do have the highway shut down as they try to work here and get that man out of the manhole. According to firefighters, this is an area where homeless people tend to go to get out of the weather. They go into a drainage ditch in this area. However, they say because of the little bit of rain that we had overnight, night, the usual entry point for those people was flooded. So they started to use this manhole to get down into that drainage ditch, and one of the people fell. A man fell down into that manhole. So they have been trying to get to him. They say he is awake and conscious, and they've been able to talk to him. Firefighters are actually, I believe, going to go down in there to try to get to him and bring him up and give him treatment. But again, a very unusual rescue going on here alongside I-10. They do have this part of the highway shut down as they try to effect that rescue. It does appear, again, that he is alert and talking, according to what we've been told by firefighters. Reporting live just northwest of downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, thank you. 6:09, 45 degrees on your Friday morning.
With the overnight storms moving into your morning commute, weather is the big story. Just ahead, we are tracking the latest with team coverage.
But the good news, the storms have essentially moved out. They're now in the eastern and southeastern parts of our viewing area. So the commute is actually looking really good right now. It could have been a whole different story. We'll talk to Stephen and Mike coming up. Welcome back. Just about 6:30. We've been so busy this morning with weather and traffic, we've kind of lost the shuffle of St. Patrick's Day. You look beautiful today.
Yes, thank you. Same to you.
Thank you. Very shades of green. These guys are kind of stuck, though, because they can't wear the bright green because that's part of their chroma key background on these wall shots. Stephen.
Yeah, one of these days I'll be a floating head.
Oh, there it is. See?
Okay. Well,
so that's what you can't wear.
Yeah, that's what I can't wear, but I do have a blazer in that color.
Maybe some other time.
Maybe some other time, yeah. But we do want to get to traffic that we are seeing here on the wall. Unfortunately, things aren't looking good at 10 at the Y. This is actually, I believe, where Katrina Weber is. That lower level has been closed right now, and you can see I'll step out of the shot there. We have first responders that have laid out those road flares, and it's just not looking like a good situation. Traffic is moving, but very slow through the area. Now, where this has been reported by TxDOT is in the westbound lanes, and I was speaking to our friends at TransGuide. They do tell us that incident has shut down the lower levels there. So this is an area that we'll have to watch closely. I need to update that. It says the eastbound lanes, but what we're hearing now is that this is actually the westbound lanes of I-10. So watch out as you approach I-10 at the Y if you are heading west. So let's just go ahead and give you a wide look at the map. Thankfully, it's just been pretty quiet for the morning, but really things are starting to get a little bit busier now that we have more folks out there. I anticipate this will be the big shot of the morning here along the I-10 at the Y. Of course, Katrina Weber will have more in that area a little bit later on this morning, but for right now, we're getting ready to send out some information. So just remember to drive safe and watch out for those crews who are working to just shut down that portion of the lower level there. That could impact a drive time, guys.
Thank you, Stephen.
I think I'm just going over to me at the wall right now.
Okay.
Yeah, right. We'll just do that.
Okay.
And take a look at this picture from last night. KSAT Connect Pictures. Thank you so much for sending these in. Almost looks like something from Close Encounters of the Third Kind with all that light show out there, because boy, there was a lot of lightning, especially down to the south. That severe storm, that big one that was just about 2 o'clock this morning, right around Cotulla, Carrizo Springs, that moved on through. So again, thank you very much. And that one being up in, that was up there in Canyon Lake and nonstop for about 10 minutes with all that lightning. And yeah, I saw some of that earlier this morning. Right now, it is calmed down quite a bit. However, we've now started to see this next line of showers that have started to pop up here. Even a couple of decent downpours. Let's zoom in and see what's going on. So this right there, just about at I-10 and over there 1604, and then it moves back down to the southwest right through Castroville. Hondo, you're getting some of these showers, and we're not seeing any lightning strikes as of right now, but these have been sort of growing, and they almost popped up out of nothing roughly half hour, 45 minutes ago. So we're going to have to continue to watch these. These will continue to work their way to the east to northeast. Individually, the cells are working their way up to the northeast, but this whole line is working its way to the east. So more of this is going to be coming in through town in the, up there to the northwest right now. And then this will continue to work its way through here over the course of the next half hour. The heaviest rain has moved well off to the east. This was a very widespread. This is what had some of the severe storms in it earlier this morning. There is nothing severe as of right now, and we're done with that. Now, there may be a thunderstorm or two to pop up, but as far as the severe storms, that's moved on past. We do have a lot of wind out there, though. 18-mile-per-hour winds at Stinson, 22 Randolph, 24 Kerrville, and the gusts still 28 at Canyon Lake, 37 right now at Hondo, 35 at the airport. Wind advisory, it's going to be windier in the first portion of the day. Then the wind is going to not be as strong. It's not going to settle down completely. It's still going to be a breezy afternoon. And with temperatures that are going to be tough to get above 50, wind chill will definitely be something that'll get your attention later on today. Right now, it feels like 29 in Kerrville, 37 Bulverde, 33 at Bernie Stage, and 38 out there at the airport. So throughout the rest of today, still a couple more showers hanging around here. We'll drop down a few more degrees this morning, then make it up to 49 at noon. Can't completely rule out a shower, but there'll be the break in the action late morning and in through most of the afternoon. 52 for a high and a little bit of sunshine, just a little bit out there. Don't count on a bunch of it. Then we'll start to see more showers developing later on once we get in toward dinner time, and that's going to move on through in the evening hours. And this is beautiful to see. More rain, a lot of this in the recharge zone up there, and we'll have even a couple of thunderstorms mixed on in there, but few and far between. Then we start to see cold air, so a very cold pocket of air is going to turn some of that rain into, as I refer to as chunky rain, a little mixed in with a little bit of snow in portions of the hill country. And this is the more aggressive computer model as far as bringing that into northwestern Bexar County with a little bit of that mixed precipitation. On a grassy surface, could something, kind of stick on there a little bit? Yeah, but this is not going to be any big deal. The ground itself is very, very warm, so we're not going to have to worry about that. And then this will be in the first portion of the day. Then the rain will tend to taper up, but we'll still have some of those showers around here, and we'll have more rain coming on in here later on Sunday, overnight into Monday. So 49 degrees today at noon, windy. Couple of showers are still possible. We'll still have some more of those showers around here this morning, then 52 later on this afternoon. Tonight, more rain moves on in here overnight into tomorrow, maybe mixed in with a little bit of snow in especially northwest Bexar County up into the hill country, and throughout the day, 50 on Sunday, 48 Monday. So spring begins officially Monday afternoon, believe it or not, and then back to 70s Wednesday and Thursday, but still just a cold weekend, overall wet, just a good kind of hunker down inside kind of weekend. Catch up on all the shows you have to binge.
March Madness, etc.
Yes. All the brackets got smashed with a couple of upsets. So
yeah, that's true. What happened, Virginia? 619, 45 degrees.
Still to come, an exclusive interview with the man behind the popular AI technology ChatGPT. The latest version can write essays, take tests, and suggest recipes for dinner. What we're learning in your GMA First Look. Now, here's a look at what's happening in Hollywood. It's all coming up next when we come back.
I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life.
The new Shazam movie expected to top the box office this weekend, and star Zachary Levi says this one, much more than the first film, puts the power of superheroes in the hands of kids, who he says are hovered over these days, but that wasn't always the case.
When I was growing up, my mom had no idea where I was. None of our parents knew where we were until sundown, and we came home and we ate dinner and we were okay.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods also stars Helen Mirren and Rachel Zegler. It's in theaters now.
You don't have a story. How many women have to die before it's a story?
Streaming this weekend, Keira Knightley and Carrie Coon star in the real-life story of reporters tracking a killer in Boston Strangler on Hulu. And Swarm is Donald Glover's follow-up to Atlanta, a horror comedy on Amazon Prime Video.
You're a killer bee.
At the Oscars Sunday, singer-songwriter Thames got a lot of attention and some ridicule for her poofy white dress that seemed to block the view of the stage for those sitting behind her. On the champagne carpet, I asked about the significance of the outfit.
The story is the coming of and the unraveling of a flower, which I apparently am. So it's my first Oscars, and I thought this was going to be a beautiful dress. It's by Liver Couture, and it's a Ukrainian designer, and yeah, I just thought it expressed the era I'm in right now.
Thames was nominated for Best Song for co-writing Lift Me Up from Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which was sung by Rihanna. And happy birthday to John Boyega. The Star Wars star is 31 today, while Smashing Pumpkins frontman Billy Corgan is 56. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Trying to control my asthma felt anything but normal. enough was enough. I talked to an asthma specialist and found out my severe asthma is driven by eosinophils, a type of asthma Nucala can help control. Now, fewer asthma attacks and less oral steroids. That's my new normal with Nucala.
Nucala is a once-monthly add-on injection for severe eosinophilic asthma. Nucala is not for sudden breathing problems. Allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for swelling of face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Infections that can cause shingles have occurred. Don't stop steroids unless told by your doctor. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. May cause headache, injection site reactions, back pain, and fatigue. Talk to your asthma specialist to see if once-monthly Nucala may be right for you. And learn about savings at Nucala.com.
There's more to your life than asthma. Find your new normal with Nucala.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News exclusive, chatbot revolution. GMA getting exclusive access to OpenAI, the company behind the popular chatbot ChatGPT, recently unveiling their newest version called GPT-4. Technology that can answer complex questions in seconds. The CEO, Sam Altman, is just 37.
You're a little bit scared.
A little bit, yeah.
You
of course.
personally.
If I said I were not, you should either not trust me or be very unhappy I'm in this job.
GPT-4 can write essays and speeches, offer logical reasoning, and analyze pictures, and it can even take tests, outperforming most humans, scoring 700 on the SAT math exam. And we'll have much more of this ABC News exclusive coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, San Francisco.
Hey, Justin Horn here. I bet you take some good pictures, and KSAT wants to see them. If they're weather related, great. If they're newsworthy, even better. And if your dog's a superstar, we want to see those too. With KSAT's recent app update, sharing videos and pictures with us is easier than ever before. See, we have this cool feature called KSAT Connect that allows you to share pictures and video clips right from your phone. How does it work? Let me show you. When you open the app, click the hamburger at the top. Yes, that's what we call it. Then find KSAT Connect in the list and select it. So here we are. Here's a map showing where everyone else has posted. And if you scroll down, you'll see all of their pictures. If you look under the map, you can select a channel so you only see those pictures. Now let's share a picture. You may need to create a login for the KSAT app if you haven't done so already. Simply click the Upload Pin tab here at the top to get started. Now choose a picture from your phone or take one. Pick a channel for your picture. For this one, it's weather. Now select a category, then type in a description. If you don't want to share too much, you can hit hide your location. Finally, hit upload, wait a second, then your picture will show up in the feed. If your picture is newsworthy, it might pop up in a newscast or a weather forecast. The next time you take a great picture and you want to share it with San Antonio, use KSAT Connect and upload a pin. Snap, share, you can make it on air with KSAT Connect.
Had no idea that little stack button was called the hamburger.
I love it. I love it.
Stuff they never told us.
You learn something new every day.
Thank you, Justin.
Yes, thank you, Justin. Right now, your time is 6:26 and it's 45 degrees outside.
Storms have moved out, roads are drying out, but we still have a few problems here or there. There's 410 at Culebra, flashing lights down the access road. We'll check back with Stephen coming up. We have been talking about it all morning long, the overnight storms that could have had a big impact on your morning commute. But so far, so good. Those storms are headed out. We'll have more as you head out the door.
And around Texas, a trail of damage left behind after yesterday's storm or tornado funnel was spotted over the Dallas area and golf ball size hail in Fort Worth. We're tracking the latest.
And outside with light cam, much colder this morning. That's kind of the new weather headline. Windy and much colder. And this is just the beginning of an interesting weekend. But happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Yes. It's Friday, the 17th of March.
Absolutely. Good morning and thanks for joining us. Happy St. Patrick's Day again. I just wanted to say it for a second time.
and as the toast is slonge. That's the Irish toast.
What is that?
Slonge.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Should we do a toast right now on the count of three? 1, 2, 3.
You need a shot of whiskey. A little too early in the morning for that, though. You know, it's interesting. When I was thinking about the front that moved through last night, I don't recall the last time when we had the combination of the potential for severe weather and such a big drop in temperatures. Yeah. So it's been, kind of fighting for. Oh, I'll get a close up here. Fighting for headlines as far between the storms and the cold air. So the storms moved through last night, and things have have definitely settled down, but we still do have some rain out there. As a matter of fact, I see some drops on some of the TransGuide cameras over there by the airport. Doesn't look like anything is falling as of right now. We've got temperatures that are at 45 degrees. So we have dropped a good 20 degrees since that front moved on through here. Dew point 34. Wind is out of the north at 15 miles per hour. And you know what that means? That means wind chill out there. So there's the heavy storms these are the ones that had the severe weather with them earlier this morning, such around Carrizo Springs, Cotulla really got hit hard. And then further to the east from there, going down 37, we still have a couple of these cells. Then we are watching this line from around Pearsall, Devine, and this almost a very distinct line that extends all the way up into the northwestern portion of Bexar County and San Antonio. Some decent downpours associated with this. These are moving along at a fairly decent clip. Notice how individually some of these cells of this line wants to move up to the northeast, but the whole thing is working its way to the east. And most of these showers and storms in the overnight hours have been moving at roughly 40 knots, 40 to 45 miles per hour. So we'll put a tracker on this very quickly, and that cell right there, right around SeaWorld, and moving to the east again at a good roughly 40 miles per hour. So as far as the next few minutes, it is going to be working its way in through SeaWorld right as we speak. John Jay High School about 6:39, Lackland 6:45, and then right around Lanier and Burbank High Schools just about 6:50 this morning. So this will continue to work its way to the east, and then of course we have more of those showers up there to the north. This will be then the last of the rain temporarily. We get more of a break this afternoon or late morning in the afternoon hours. Wind chill temperatures 30 at Kerrville, 38 at the airport. You will definitely want to bundle up. Wind is out of the north at 15, 20, 25 miles per hour, and those gusts to 37 out there at Hondo. Wind advisory up until noon, and we will continue to see, first of all, Oak is on the high side. The updated count comes out in about an hour. Hopefully the rain has washed some of that out of there. Showers, windy, colder this morning, and then mostly cloudy. Peak or two of sunshine. Don't count on a lot. Going to get up to 52 degrees. There's some computer models want to get us even warmer than that today, up in the mid 50s. I think clouds are going to hold in there tough. And then we have rain moving in here. Once again, the hill country around dinner time, evening hours, moving across the area. Morning rain, and that may be mixed with some snow up even as close by as northwest Bexar County tomorrow morning, still staying cold. And then more rain around here Sunday and especially on Monday, and staying cold for Monday, the first day officially of spring. More details on the weekend coming up in a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. A lot of pounding on the water. Have you seen much of that, Steve?
We've seen in some areas, Mike. We talked about what was happening along 281 a little bit earlier. But now we have to really switch our focus here. Plenty of droplets there on the TransGuide camera here at 410 at Culebra. But let me take a step out of the shot so you can see what's happening along the Axis Road. If you are going north on the lane, the main lanes there along 410, you're really not going to see any trouble. But you will see it if you're on the Axis Road, because that is where we have a possible rollover crash that is being reported there. And of course, first responders are out there on the scene. We're going to track that area closely. It doesn't really seem to be impacting the majority of traffic, but now that I'm looking at some of these TransGuide cameras, we're starting to see more flashing lights. Let's go ahead and first start here at 10 at the Y, where we have that situation that was unfolding a little bit earlier. Now remember, those lower levels were closed according to TxDOT, so we are seeing first responders still in place there, and it does appear this is in the westbound lanes as you approach Frio Street, and that's actually not too far where Katrina Weber is. We'll hear from her in just a moment, but you have to watch out if you are heading along I-10 westbound, because again, that is where we have that closure on the lower level. Giving you a wide view of the metropolitan area, thankfully it is still pretty green out there for the most part. Areas that we will watch closely will include some of those areas where the ponding and runoff that we talked about earlier will probably be on the roadways. But again, the big problem has been here at 10 at the Y. We'll watch that area closely, but also I'm seeing some flashing lights that are being picked up along 410 at Crossroads. Let's see if we can get you that shot there. It looks like our first responders have a very busy morning cut out for them. We'll give you those updates, find out what's going on here in the next few minutes. Guys.
Thank you, Stephen. A man is now safe and on solid ground after falling into a manhole. San Antonio firefighters pulled off the unusual rescue just moments ago.
Katrina Weber is live near I-10 in Colorado. Was he badly hurt, Katrina?
Well, remarkably, he did not suffer any serious injuries. Firefighters say he did have a leg injury from falling down in the manhole. It's right here back behind me. Now, you would almost not think anything was going on, but just a few minutes ago, they had a huge platform truck set up here with a whole rope system that they used to pull that man out of that manhole. I managed to capture some video on my cell phone as he was wheeled off. I want to show you that video. The man there looking a little bit in pain as he was wheeled away. Firefighters say that they believe that he may have gone down there to try to get out of the elements. They say often there's this whole storm drain system here where often homeless people will go to get out of the weather. However, because of the rain overnight, that area was sort of flooded out, and they believe that he may have tried to use the manhole to get down into that dry area. However, he slipped and fell, and that is when he injured his leg. Now, it took firefighters a good while to rescue him. They actually had some of their rescue team go down with that rope system into the manhole and get the man and pull him back out. The firefighters on the outside used those ropes then to bring those members back up and out onto safe ground. But again, that man who they rescued this morning in the hospital now being treated for a leg injury. Reporting live just northwest of downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
New this morning, San Antonio police say a man was stabbed and robbed on the city's west side overnight. Happened around 11 p.m. at Ruiz and North Sabinas. Officers say the victim was a man in his 30s. They say he was stabbed in the arm and then took the victim's bike and rode away. The victim was taken to a hospital. So far, police have not said if the suspect was arrested.
Tejano Fest is now underway at Market Square. More than 125,000 people are expected to come out for the 4-day event. It's actually the first time since the pandemic that event will be at full capacity despite the rainy weather going on through the weekend. Organizers say for the most part, the show will go on rain or shine. More than 100 musical acts from across the country are set to perform. The fanfare is free for everyone.
And looking ahead, the Forest Hills Branch Library will reopen with a public celebration tomorrow morning. Festivities will begin at 10 a.m. with a speaking ceremony. The library is located at 5245 Ingram Road. Forest Hills originally closed in September of 2020 for renovations as part of the City of San Antonio's bond program. New features at the library include enhancements to the teens and children's areas, an improved public computer area, and restoration of the collection of books, materials, and shelving.
Well, listen up to this, especially if you're at the SAWS event last weekend. Grab a friend and plant some roots. The San Antonio Parks and Recreation Department is giving away hundreds of fruit trees tomorrow morning. This is the second free tree event put on by the Parks and Recs Department this year, and its Urban Forestry Division will be handing out 850 trees this time. The drive-through event at Nelson Wolff Stadium begins at 8 a.m. tomorrow while supplies last. The fruit trees that will be available include lemon, grapefruit, avocado, lime, orange, pink lemon, mango. I mean, just to name a few. That sounds excellent. Each household is limited to one tree.
We are getting ready to cheer on the San Antonio Spurs. They're back in action here at home. They'll take on the Memphis Grizzlies. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock tonight at the AT&T Center. 6:40, now 44 degrees.
Yes, it may be wet outside, but after the break, Sarah Acosta is taking us back to the KSAT Garden. Stay with us.
6:43, welcome back and happy St. Patrick's Day. Things might be wet outside right now, but once things clear up, it's a great time to plant your perennial plants in your garden.
Sarah Acosta is back in the KSAT Garden where she is planting a pollinator garden.
She gives us advice on what to plant if you want your garden to be filled with butterflies.
If you want to spruce up your garden with color, always pick plants that can also benefit our pollinators. Without our bees and butterflies, we wouldn't have our essential vegetation needed for food to keep our planet cool. You also want to plant heat and drought-tolerant plants. SAWS has a great list of these, and most on this list are native and great for pollinators. One of the flowers I picked for our garden is called Greg's Mist Flower. I have these at home. They do wonderful here in San Antonio. Not only are they native, they are heat and drought tolerant, and they bloom for a good part of the year. And here's a little secret. These are like candy to butterflies. If you plant this in your garden, you'll be filled with all kinds of butterflies all year long. I also chose tropical milkweed. This is technically not native to San Antonio, but SAWS recognizes it as a water-saving plant because you don't need to water it a lot. It does great in heat, and also, most importantly, it's a source for our monarch butterflies. Look, I know some of you might be saying I should be using native milkweed, not tropical milkweed, but I do plant native milkweed from seed at home, and it's very difficult to grow, can be very finicky. So tropical milkweed is a great plant for the KSAT garden. And I know that there is a little bit of controversy. There was a study done that suggested that tropical milkweed might actually hurt our monarch butterflies. But I spoke with the director of the National Butterfly Center, and she says that there is not enough evidence to actually back that research up. And so the National Butterfly Center actually supports using tropical milkweed as a source for our monarch butterflies. You see all those little yellow dots on the tropical milkweed? Those are aphids. You really don't want them on your milkweed, but you also don't want to use any chemicals or pesticides. So you can just spray them off with a water hose, or you can send in nature's defenders. Look at that ladybug. Ladybugs love to eat aphids. Before you plant, it's important to place out your plants before you start digging so you have a good idea of what it's going to look like. So the next step, of course, is to dig your holes. You don't want them too shallow, but you don't also want them too deep. A good way to measure is if you have your 1 gallon planter. If it fits in there, then that's probably the perfect size for it. Sometimes I use an auger on a drill to speed up the digging process. Lastly, you want to give your plants a deep watering right before you plant. As they are getting established, you want to water often depending on the heat and the drought. You can touch the soil. If it's no longer moist, it's time to water. And just a few days after planting, I saw this magical moment. We already have a female monarch. You can see she is laying eggs on the milkweed. It's exactly why we planted milkweed. So our monarchs have a host plant where they can not just feed, but also lay their eggs. Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Great story. We love it. Keep them coming, Sarah. Well, happening today, the San Antonio Riverwalk is turning green in honor of St. Patrick's Day.
The water will be dyed green this afternoon at 1. It's all a part of the St. Patrick's Day Festival and River Parade this weekend. You can read more about it right now on KSAT.com.
And we want to see your St. Patty's Day pictures, so take out your phone and scan the QR code on the screen right now, that little square box. It'll take you to KSAT.com at a page where you can upload your St. Patrick's Day pictures.
Yes, you all, and I promise you all, Stephen is wearing green. We all decided to do it. We're going to toss it to Stephen right now. Stephen,
yes.
How's it looking out there?
Yeah, you know, a little better here, guys. Obviously getting a little bit busier now that the roads are having a lot more folks out there. But I do want to give a quick shout out to Sarah Costa. I've known her for a little over 7 years now, and she has always had a green thumb. So just thank you for making our KSAT garden even more beautiful. All right, traffic may not be looking so pretty out here. 35 at San Marcos. You can see just a few droplets there on the TransGuide camera, but things have been moving steady, but we still have some issues to talk about here. We talked about this incident where Katrina Weber has been live throughout the morning. I-10 westbound near Frio Street. That lower level from our last check was still closed at that time, but we can find out if that's going to be reopening. But you notice that this is really not impacting traffic in that direction, so better news to report out there. Now let's go ahead and give you a wide view of the metropolitan area. On any ordinary day, we would see a lot more activity out there, but it is spring break, so maybe today we'll finally get that break that we really need out on the roadways, but it doesn't look like to be the case here at 410 at Gulebra as we take it to this TransGuide camera. If we can get that shot here for you. We do have some flashing lights that we're trying to pull up here, but be on the lookout because first responders obviously have had their hands full. As you can see at some of these TransGuide cameras, the roads are still wet out there, so just use some caution. We'll get that camera shot for you and a little bit later this morning, but Mike, thankfully it's not as bad on the roadways as we originally thought.
No, we've got some leftover runoff from the rain we had earlier this morning. There may be a little bit of ponding here and there, and then more showers are working their way on in. And they were talking about the St. Patrick's Day River Parade this weekend. Irish, known for those good woolen sweaters, that's a good idea to wear this weekend, so be it green or not. And if you're going down to the Tejano Fan Fest at Market Square this weekend, bundle up because it's going to be cold. And wow, look at the lightning out there. It was quite a show overnight last night, and this was off in the distance there in Bernie. And yeah, it was really coming down for a while, especially down to the south. Some of the biggest and most severe storms were down right around Carrizo Springs, Cotulla area where we've saw some really big and widespread hail. It is wet out there by the airport as of right now. And here's the latest batch of rain. So this is that line that was just kind of forming up off to the west, and it now extends from, well, let's see, up around almost Canyon Lake, New Braunfels area, Garden Ridge, coming down here right down 35 into the northeast side of town, Leon Valley, right there around Lackland, and then further down to the south and west. And this is moving to the east primarily at roughly 40 miles per hour. So this will continue to work its way on through here. We still have wet roads, obviously, and even a couple of decent downpours right here, just kind of straddling in between 10 and 281, heading right through Alamo Heights, and that's going to continue to work its way off to the east. And again, right here by Lackland. And notice this one little spot right there. And let me stop this for the time being. It almost looked like this wanted to have a stronger cell to it and maybe produce a lightning strike, but that's kind of doubtful anymore as far as any more lightning around here, because things have started to, with all this cold air in place. Now, you can still get some lightning strikes, but that is not going to really be the situation with these storms. As a matter of fact, all of the severe weather has pretty much come to an end. Down here to the southwest, there were a couple of lightning strikes, a couple of heavier downpours right there by Devine as well as by Pearsall. So we'll continue to have a few more showers around here this morning. Windy conditions, winds out of the north at 15, 20, 25 miles per hour, gusting still close to 40 miles per hour. We had that 51 mile per hour wind gust just a couple of hours ago down in right around Hondo, and wind advisory till noon. Wind chills right now 38, 30. 28 at Lost Maples, and throughout the rest of the morning, still a few showers left over, 42 degrees. Then we make it up to 52. Like I said earlier, there are some computer models want to get us even warmer than that later on today. I'm just not buying into it with that. I think we keep so much in the way of clouds around here. A couple of breaks in the clouds. Want to jump ahead to tomorrow morning, late tonight, right around dinner time, we start to see more showers. And yes, some of those could be mixed in with a little bit of frozen precipitation, northwest Bexar County and up into the hill country tomorrow morning early. It would just be, as I like to say, chunky rain. Not, you know, the ground is so warm from the past couple of days, so it's not going to accumulate. 49 degrees, windy, a shower left over. You know, just one or two of them maybe out there. Same thing this afternoon, just the mention of it. Some sunshine, 52 high temperature. Then more rain moves in later on this evening. Out in the hill country, working its way across overnight and first part of the day tomorrow. Maybe mixed in the hill country, and then more rain, cold Saturday night, Sunday, and Monday. We'll be back.
All right, let's get one last look here at the situation at 410 at Culebro. Now, remember, this is along the access road, and it's not causing problems for the folks in the main lanes, but be on the lookout. First responders are out there as you approach the northbound lanes there near Culebro. Not a good situation because it's been lingering around too long, but also keeping track here of this incident that was reported at I-10 westbound at Freya Street, and a new crash reported off of 1604. We'll have those updates for you throughout the morning.
And we still have a couple more showers around here, so more wet roads for the rest of your morning commute. Then those will move on out and come to an end, and we are then going to see temperatures are only going to be in the low 50s later on today. Blustery winds out there, wind advisory up until noon, and then a high today of 52. But it's going to stay cold this weekend. Wet, damp, hunker down. Yeah, grilled cheese and soup.
You guys look fantastic in green today.
Right. Yes, everybody looks great. Well, thank you all so much. Happy St. Patrick's Day and have a great day. We'll see you next time.